stage, there's performance. It's basically everything that happens when the games are not, when you're not watching the games, right? So at the festival area, which is right behind the stadium, right on your way to the entrance and the exit,
Yeah.
we're going to have curated performances, part of which will be Kenyan. You're going to have a DJ. You're going to have food. You're going to have drinks. I mentioned Tasca earlier. You're going to have where people congregate. You know, usually how people in between the Kenya games, people leave their seats because it's a long day. So people are going to sit back and just hang out. And what we want to do, what AAG wants to do, is make sure that those gaps in the period between the games you want to watch are valuable to you. So you can gather somewhere central, you can enjoy, you can eat, you can party, and you know.
And rugby left Vegas. There's never been a Kenyan party in Vegas since rugby left the city. So yeah. So Benny,
2019.
Yes, Tango 2019.
No, I agree with you. I agree. We need to just say, hey, look, if you want a day party, come do it on the stadium, because that's where the party will be, and that's where it needs to be.
Yes.
And we can always get everything happening in the festival area, the Kenyan corner, the festival. They are building it and making it bigger every year. This year it might not look, it will be great. Next year will be even better.
Saturday and Sunday games. We have 6 games on the schedule. 3 for men, 3 for women. Let me try and see if we can find a way for you guys to eventually put this on something on social media or wherever, so that people can understand what time to get to the stadium. Because for me, nitaweka tent kwa stadium from Saturday morning mpaka Sunday night. Sitoki stadium. Sitoki, hata ninalete kula na chakula, nitakaa tu huko kwa blanketi.
We want to welcome our special guest, Alexander Owino. And I'm going to let Alex Owino actually introduce himself. He's a face those who've been coming to rugby over the years, they're very familiar with. I want you to introduce yourself so that those people who maybe have not seen you before to get to know you. Alex, twende kazi.
Yes, thank you, Ali. Konya is a very hard act to follow. I don't know how, I should have waited. But thank you for that introduction. I'm Alex Owino. I am the lead for Kenyan Rugby 24/7, and I also consult for AEG Rugby, which is the primary reason. I've been involved with rugby for years, probably 15, 20 years now. And our role for Kenyan Rugby 247 is really, it's a fan-centric portal. And for AEG Rugby, our role is really to curate an in-stadium experience, right? So what Konya has been speaking about for the whole time, basically, when you're in the stadium, what kind of experience do you have? We listen to the fans, we listen to the sponsors, we try and work with our partners to make each year better. And this year is actually important for us. We're trying to do much better. We've partnered with some very good brands. We have, I don't know if you've noticed, now they will actually have Tasca at the stadium, which we're very proud of, which is in conjunction with Soko Retail. We're going to have East African food. We're going to have a Kenyan DJ. I believe DJ Slim is the one DJ. So it's really all about the stadium experience. And ultimately, I know you've spoken about this a lot. It's about the Kenya Rugby, right? So the women, the men, it's the first ever. So it's really something that we want everyone to come out and see. And I'm glad to be here. And thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Thank you so much. Because the stadium experience, especially for those people who never made the transition to LA, people who used to go to Las Vegas and now LA. LA has an entirely different stadium experience from Las Vegas. I know we all loved Vegas, but one thing I didn't like in Vegas is the distance that you had to go to the festival section. It was quite a distance, and if you wanted to run back and catch a game after it had started, by the time you're making it, it's almost halftime, or maybe even sometimes the game is over, depending on how fast you can run. The LA Stadium is designed in a very interesting way, in that the festival area is just right there next, and that's where you say there will be a Kenyan DJ, and there will also be Kenyan food in the food court area. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes. So, and Konya had mentioned it. So Kenya will primarily be playing on pitch 2 for the first day, and obviously we anticipate they'll make it to the finals, which will be on pitch 1. So the festival is in between the two, so it's very convenient between the two stadiums. And what most people don't realize is Vegas was not really a rugby stadium. The LA stadium, the Galaxy Stadium, is actually where the Olympics is going to be held. The Olympic Sevens will be at that exact stadium. So it's built for rugby, and it's designed such that your proximity to the stadium, your visibility to the game is a better experience.
Okay. Number to call, 202-683-4570. Press star 5 to speak. Is there someone who's already called?
There's a caller.
Okay, so if there's a caller already, so what question? Yeah. So
I don't know. We don't know yet. By the way, there's a caller.
So there's a caller. We don't know kama ni tikiti. Kama ni tikiti anataka ni swali gani tunauliza.
Estonia.
Eh? Is there a question that we can, a random question maybe from what Konye said?
How many losses did the Lionesses suffer?
That's a complicated. Let's ask a simple question.
Huh? It is a simple question. Okay,
how many losses?
What is the hashtag?
No.
What is the hashtag?
What's the hashtag?
What's the hashtag?
What's the hashtag?
Oh, for going to the stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, wow. So that's a very simple one.
Wow. Okay.
That's a very simple one.
You guys really want to give away.
But then before anyway, we're gonna interrogate.
So stadium experience. Swali zote zinatoka kwa stadium. Hakuna swali ya rugby, zote zinatoka kwa stadium.
Yeah. So let's pick up the caller. We're gonna interrogate to confirm first that they're gonna be in LA, and they're not gonna be asking us to give it to their ex-girlfriend or someone who played with their grandmother.
Thank you for calling the One Mic Show. 0765. Name and where you're calling from.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Name and where you're calling from.
Ini Muindi wa Embu kutoka San Diego.
Okay, all right.
Muindi. Sema.
Yeah, Muindi wa Embu.
Ile truck niko naye lakini siwezi kukuja na kitu imejazwa. Pole.
Okay.
There's already Tusker inside the stadium. But I'm not calling for tickets, so the hashtag, I'll leave someone else to answer that because tikiti yangu nilinunua in January.
Oh, wow. Damn. Hey, people are serious.
Yani he went to study before guys fikaed.
Hawaleti kazi
But then, you know the funny thing? Funny thing is that Sachit always get to the stadium asubuhi, anatoka mtu wa mwisho, utampata Dunda, na bado asubuhi yuko study.
Na anatoka Dunda mwisho. He's the last one to leave Dunda.
So meaning Sachit haleti kazi ndani ya mchezo. Sachit, talk to us.
Hakuna.
Yeah.
So I'm calling because I kind of want to bring something else to the table for Twende Stadi.
Okay.
And people that are listening, I would like for them to understand how long it takes to get into the stadium once you actually get to the stadium.
Okay.
So as an engineer, unfortunately, me niko na mambo ya saa, and to make people understand. So by the time you drive into the stadium, if you've driven into the stadium, it's another half an hour to pay for your bloody parking and park and then walk to wherever you need to enter the stadium and then go through all the security freaking mambo. So the reason for my call is very simple. Saturday and Sunday games. We have 6 games on the schedule. 3 for men, 3 for women. Let me try and see if we can find a way for you guys to eventually put this on something on social media or wherever so that people can understand what time to get to the stadium. Because for me, nitaweka tent kwa stadium from Saturday morning paka Sunday night. Sitoki stadium. Sitoki, hata ninalete kula na chakula, nitakaa tu huko kwa blanketi.
Okay.
So, men's game is at 11:28 a.m. versus Samoa. This is Saturday. The next game is the women's game at 12:12 p.m. versus Spain. The next game is men at 2:51 p.m. versus Portugal. The next game is women at 3:35 versus Brazil. That brings us to the end of Kenya games in pitch 2 on Saturday. I don't know what that means for further games for us because the next games are Sunday. The first one is women's at 10:44 a.m. versus Colombia. The next one is men's at 11:28 a.m. versus USA. That last game, in my opinion, is fire. So our teams that we have to beat are Samoa, Portugal, and USA for men. For women, it's Spain, Brazil, and Colombia.
Okay.
I think the women are definitely poised to go to the next level. The men, Samoa's tough. Portugal I'm
Portugal
not
is
really
tough.
sure about.
Portugal
USA,
is tough.
absolutely tough,
Mm-hmm.
because I think they're also bringing Perry Baker back into the swing of things to
Oh,
get
wow.
out of relegation. So, for someone who's going to camp there for 2.5 days, driving from San Diego in your truck yangu, please come find me.
Mogokawa Embu.
You know, Sachit, let me say,
Mogoka!
let me say something. The quality of the listeners we have on any topic that we have, for example, like what Sachit just gave us, I think most people don't realize, but this is very high value. And this is why we go there. And I think this is the information that we need to put together and post it for people to have it and have, like, the way you have a timetable. If you're going to work, I'm going to be doing this from this time and this from. This is what people need to have. And especially that information that ukifika kwa study na gari, it's going to take, like more than half an hour to park. I think this is very high value information.
But
So
then-
people know what time to wake up, what time to start moving, because I think every person who's going to be there will matter, especially because it's in pitch 2.
And also don't forget the time frame, the allotted time
Yes.
that Kenya is going to play.
Yes.
But then,
Specifically.
let me say something.
Yes.
Remember why Tender Study was such a success was because, and credit to Ali, right? Ali used to sit down na alipwe na mtu atakuandikia budget ya
That's exactly what I was
Minnesota.
thinking, Mika.
mtu amesota,
Yes.
mtu akona do kiasi na mtu akona do kabisa.
Yes.
And he will
break
say
it down.
everything what to do, right?
Yes.
He will give you how you can go to the stadium using a bus, how you can go to the stadium using a taxi, you can go to the stadium using an Uber. And he will suggest hotels based on how your budget is and kila kitu. And I think that's what, Alex, that is something that you guys should start considering now. Like, curate a package for people so that people can understand. It makes it easier. When somebody is hardworking, alafu anataka kuendelea, alafu anataka kukaa chini, anataka kutafuta flight. Akitafuta flight, alafu aambiwe study kwa mbali. Anataka kufikiria ni rent gari, ni si rent gari, nifanye nini. You see, those are things that can make it easier for people to have a good stadium experience. Because for Vegas, it was quite easy. There was information on what you're being to do. And most people, actually, it became a norm for people to actually contact us and ask us, so Vegas, tutaka wapi, tunafanya nini, tunaendaje kwenda study, tunabeba wapi ticket, tunafanya nini hivi, and you'll point them, enda kwa nani, enda kwa huyu. The only thing we didn't point people to was bashes. Tukanambia tu enda tupate yenye unataka kuenda. But we were biased. Tukanambia tu usiende viza wa Nigeria, enda za Kenya. Because we support Kenyans hapa. It was simple as that. But we never spoke bad about anybody's party, ingawaje tulichukiwa na watu wengine, but hiyo ni vitu za kitambo. All in all, for LA, what Sachit has brought up is actually something that most people should think
Yes.
about, consider about. And sijui kama Ali ataguswa awaandikie huko Facebook itinerary vile mtaishi ama mtaishi, but
Yeah.
So
this is
so the
good
reason
information
I
for
bring
you to
these
plan your
things
day.
up-
You know, once you plan your day, once you plan your weekend, it makes things easily. I will tell you
So
a
the
simple play that we
Hold on.
used to do.
Yeah.
When we used to go to Vegas, we used to plan our days around the games. How tulikuwa
That's
tunadunda
exactly
ilikuwa
what I do.
inapangwa depending na Kenya wamechezaje. If Kenya played badly, we knew that we were not going to stay out in the club till late because tunacheza game ya asubuhi na mapema, right? If they perform badly day one, But all our night outs are planned based on how the team is playing.
Yes.
So if the team is playing at 12 or at 11, or that's our first game, you have enough time to plan yourself. Vile utadunda, vile utarudi kwa place una stay, utarecover na utafika stadium. It's all doable. Naps are allowed. So go take nap ukienda sherehe. Like ukitoka study take a nap. Sisi ndio nalala. Ndio nalala tunaingia dunda saa 6 usiku. Tuko fresh kushinda watu wengine. Mtu anaweza mna nguvu ya alafu ukitoka hiyo dunda unaenda PH1 au unalala tena unaamka unaenda study. So there's a way you can plan yourself uko fresh enough kwenda kufika study. Usijinyime dunda juu ya kwenda study na usijinyime study juu ya kwenda dunda.
Okay, asante sana Mika. Let's get a parting shot from Sachit, and then we're going to go back to Alex. Sachit.
So, guys, as a diehard fan like Konye, except I don't have the same Daktari title and I don't have the funds that the Daktari has, so I can't follow him the way he follows the rugby. I've gone with him to many places. We've been to Uruguay together during the Challenger Series. It took us 18 hours of flying to be in Montevideo for 3 days, to fly 18 hours back, and then for me to drive another 3 hours from LA to San Diego. Regardless of our travels, I'm a big fan of Kenya Rugby or Kenya sports, period. But Kenya Rugby more because it's a sport I never played, but I really love watching. The reason I bring these time frames up is because I struggle with them myself. So driving from my Airbnb, how long is it going to take? I give it 30 minutes from the time I enter the line to pay for parking, because the LA stadium is not as organized as Vegas was. Vegas had 7 to 10 lines for you to pay for your parking to get into the parking lot to park and then walk to the stadium. In Vegas, they didn't have the same security that LA has, and now, because many years later, security is up. So it takes time to go through security. Plus, they go through everything, metal, all of those things. So it takes time to do all of this stuff. Plus, more than likely, they're going to make us go through the main gates in order to travel to pitch 2. So if anyone's been to that stadium, even I don't know how to walk to pitch 2 once I get into the main stadium. Sasa hiyo itachukua muda. Everything's going to take time.
But actually, I think the last time we went there to Lingilia Saidia pitch 2.
To Lingilia Saidia pitch 2, but most people don't know where
it's not that far. They're right adjacent to each other.
But I think it's important for people to come early so that they know how to find their way there. Sachit.
So come early. Second, we need to panga in one area. So tupige kelele. Unaelewa? We can't be sitting in different spots. We need to be together to piga hiyo kelele, watu wanajua tunapiganga kelele. The best rugby fans in the world are the Kenyan rugby fans. Even HSBC says that. Even World Rugby says that. So we need to give them what we are famous for.
Okay.
And that's my biggest parting point. Thanks, guys, for putting me on. Niko kazi, so wacha niendelee na kazi all the way up.
Okay.
Asante Mogoka.
I'm coming to North Carolina wewe.
Sidebar.
Lakini Sachit, unajua hiyo Mogoka yenyu Mombasa tumeikataa because mnapatia watoto. But hiyo ni historia nyuma ya tent. Hiyo ni historia nyuma ya tent hiyo. Sawa.
Bye guys. Thank you so much. See you guys in LA in a week.
Okay.
All
right. That was Sachit. Thank you so much. Very valuable information. And I think that's information that we need to put together for people to know that this is the time you need to be there. A game cannot be starting at 11:30 and then you're waking up at 11 a.m. You're not going to make it to that game. This is LA. This is not Vegas. But let me go back to Alex, back on that stadium experience, because...
So the question was...
Yeah.
The first question was...
So the first question was, what's the hashtag?
Okay.
And actually that hashtag, I'm going to give another hint. Sachit mentioned it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sachit mentioned it.
no,
Alitoa
yeah,
leakage.
And then there's another question that has been proposed by Benithiongo.
That I saw that question by Benithiongo, a bit complicated, but I think people can figure it out.
Yes.
So again, the number to call for those who want the tickets, we have. I think we're because we're gonna be keeping one for the show. We're gonna give out, I think, 4 tickets.
Okay.
So the number to call is 202-683-4570. Press *5 to speak. Again, it's for people who are gonna be in LA. So if you know anyone who's gonna be in LA who's not tuned in, text them, call them, email them, TikTok them, WhatsApp them.
Send a pigeon.
Yes, send a pigeon and tell them to tune in.
Na si douche now.
Or tag them.
Yes.
Tag them and let them know that free tickets are being given, and this is going to be the only opportunity. Because I think for the 2 days, the tickets are going to cost maybe 100 and something. But maybe let Alex.
Yeah, let Alex tell us.
Alex, tell us about that. How much are the tickets going to be, and just the logistics of getting through the stadium? Alex.
Yeah, so the ticket on a day, if you buy a 1-day ticket, it's about $60. So you're looking at 120, 130 for a 2-day ticket. We do have a discount code actually that will reduce that down to $100.
Okay.
But it's still above 100 when you add in tax and your service fees. And to Mika's point, that's well taken. We'll think about maybe next year to curate a whole process. Maybe Ali, you can help us with that since he said that you know that well. To Sachit's point, there's actually a designated Kenyan section at the main stadium. So section 135 through 137, which is actually the Tusker section, is a Kenyan section. But Kenya will be playing in pitch 2. Pitch 2 is open. You just go and sit wherever, and Kenyans always find each other.
So wait, how is pitch 2? Is it like a stadium, or is it like Zile as a high school? You just go stand.
Really, a high school. It's like a high school.
Kama ya NC.
So you go stand by the pitch.
No, they are the bleachers, the ones you sit, the flat ones. You know,
Okay.
But you know, it depends on what high school you went. Like if you went to Changes, you'll get seating. But if you went to Patch, like.
But Mike,
That's a story for another day.
Alex, I can tell you for free. Hawako na bleachers.
That's a story for
You can
another day.
100 tu hapa. Ni mdomo tu anapiga huyu Changerian. But carry
That's
on.
a story for another day.
yeah.
But Saints kulikuwa na bleachers.
No, we're talking about Saints. We're talking about changes here.
Yeah.
But you know, Alex is from Patch. So Patch here. Carry on.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so pitch 2 is open. We'll find ourselves. It's bleachers. It's fairly open. Ali, to your point, I know you said you're going to give out 4 and then keep 1 for the team. I'll make it 6, right? Courtesy of the AG team.
Oh, damn.
We're truly
Okay.
grateful
Okay.
of what you guys do. We recognize the impact you guys have on the Kenyan community. So we'll top that up.
Okay.
We'll
All
make
right.
it 6.
Okay. Sawa. So again, the number to call is 202-683-4570. Press *5 to speak. Do you have any caller?
There's a caller.
Okay. All right. Well,
Why are you questioning the
They haven't raised the hand, but I don't know.
yeah. So press *. So caller, if you want to speak,
Press *5 to speak.
So it will raise your hand and we'll know that you want to speak.
Yes.
To us again, 202-683-4570. Press
okay.
*5 to speak.
They ran away.
No, I'm a nini.
Okay. Let's hear the caller.
Thank you for calling the One Mic Show. 9744. Name and where you're calling from.
My name is Brian, and I'm calling from Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Brian.
Brian
Karibu.
from Virginia.
Okay, Brian, talk to us. Are you calling for? Are you gonna be coming to LA? First question. Are you gonna be coming to LA?
Kama kawaida, yes, I will be there.
Okay. Do you already have your ticket? Ama you want the free ticket?
Oh, you're thinking about a ticket.
I want the free ticket.
Okay. Yeah. What was the question again?
The hashtag.
Oh yes, unakumbuka question. The hashtag. Now you have only one chance, so think about it deeply. Think about it deeply before
There's no thinking deeply. See, I was listening to Mwindo Embo.
Okay. Okay. So you are paying attention.
Okay.
So you are paying attention. Okay. Aya, sawa. Give us the hashtag, and the ticket is yours.
Hashtag ni twende study.
Good. Very good. Makofi. Aya, ticket number 1 gone.
What? Are you ululating?
Yes.
Okay,
So the ticket has gone to Brian. Brian, utatu inbox, ama you'll contact us and we'll figure out how that ticket will be facilitated. When are you arriving in LA?
On Friday night.
On Friday night, okay. We shall facilitate how you will get the ticket. Omosh kama uko na pen somewhere, someone write the names. You don't have to reveal all your government names.
Aseme kwani who is he hiding from?
But we'll figure that out.
I know it's Brian with an O. Last name starts with an O.
Okay. Aya, sawa. That's enough.
Ukweli, it's Brian with an O.
Ati Brian with an O.
Aya, andika hapo Brian with an O.
Yes.
Aya,
Ukweli.
From Virginia Beach.
From Virginia Beach. Brian, talk to us, like expectations and any question you have for Alex.
Yeah, so actually I wanted to rectify, I think Oj alikuwa amesema something about Kenya Rugby. Once you get out from high school and you go to club level and then you find Impala is training different, KCB is training different. And I wanted to object that part because what's happening is once you leave high school rugby and you go to club level rugby, it's a whole different scenario whereby, let's say for example, we played for Black Blood. And when you're playing for like a club level, now when into a KCB and you're trying to compete in them to a Black Blood, KCB are well taken care of. But like a Black Blood, ni kujituma. So, there's a difference there.
Brian, that is what I said. And that is why I say the disconnect is based on how each and every team prepares to win the league. Upon a cost difference, because and I didn't want to go into details on what the differences was, but the differences nivilomesema, and I mentioned different clubs. Mtu anondis KCB Mwamba Min Machine Nini are one of the same resources and facilities, and how they're going to train and how to be the name. So that is where the difference comes. But when you're coming up, the level is the same, nearly the same. Hakuna difference kubwa until you go to a club that has a well taken care of structure, na club tu ya wase. Kuna difference.
Which I don't disagree. However, the main point is this, which you are missing. Other countries, rugby is a full-time sport, whereby hakuna ati unaenda job, because in Kenya, unaenda job in the morning, 4 p.m., you go to rugby and train. However, when you go to other countries, like rugby is a full-time sport. And then they're beating us.
And then I didn't miss that. I said that how South Africa prepares, how Zimbabwe prepares, or Namibia prepares is different because the level of rugby, unazanga age group rugby, alafu unaingia pre-university rugby where you have sort of like a semi-pro contract. By the time unaingia club level, zote ni contracts. So I didn't say anything different than what you're saying. It's only that we explain kiumta, na mimi nili explain in a level that's
okay, explain na kizungu mob.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what we need to do, because Brian him to Virginia Beach. Now Virginia Beach si mbali sana na hapa. We need to have an episode. We need to have an episode. Nawezi kupia Mika atatoka Richmond akuje huku pia.
Si wako majirani.
Boss.
Trust me, they're not.
Go check your map.
They are not.
Go check your map.
Wako vie.
So I think siku moja we are gonna get all this rugby because I like the rugby technical talk. Me ni rugby fan, but ikikuja kwa hiyo technical side
unawachia mapros.
Hiyo unawachia mapros, unawachia wenye walicheza hiyo game.
Hata ule mse wa Estonia kuje.
Yeah,
kwanza huyo akitoka Estonia Misha.
Estonia unajua alikuwa coach wangu.
Yes, so ndo nasema hiyo technical talk we are gonna have it. Me, the highest level of rugby I played was inter-house
games,
and I prospered vibaya sana, but that's where my career ended.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, but Brian, asante sana. Sasa is there any other question you had for Alex before we let you go?
No, I don't have any question. All I want to say is see you guys in LA and see you guys in Cape Fear.
Okay. Sawa.
That's a gentleman and a scholar.
Aya, asante sana
Thank you, Brian.
Again, the number to call is 202-683-4570. Press *5 to speak. One ticket gone. I think we have another 4.
Yes,
that's left.
Aya.
So one ticket gone. We have another 4 left.
Question number 2.
So question number 1 was hiyo ya twende study. It's already gone. So another simple question.
Or should we have Alex ask the question? We should take
Alex,
this question.
Question number 2 inafaa kukuwa. Section did Alex say is going to be the Kenya section?
Hiyo watu watakumbuka kweli?
Alisema jina mbili. Alisema namba na jina.
Kulikuwa na namba na kulikuwa na jina. So wale watu walikuwa na pay attention.
So mtu aseme yoyote.
Okay, so the number to call is 202-683-4570. Press *5 to speak. And I'm going to give a hint, like so that watu waseme tumewekea swali ngumu sana. So you can either answer with the number or with the name of the zone, and I can give a hint that it's a drink. And that's it. We're not going beyond there. We are not going beyond there. So again, number to call is 202-683-4570.
I guess it
Press
isn't Kenya.
*5 to speak. Do we have a caller yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
but
so
maybe another hint if people are listening to Sachit.
Yeah, Sachit also mentioned it.
He cannot beba.
Yeah, and
he's coming with the truck. Yes,
he cannot beba that drink because it's coming with the truck.
Those are good enough hints.
Yes. Ukiweka mwa Kenya, you have to call to get these tickets.
Kuna mtu ameweka mwa Kenya huko?
Yeah, kuna mtu ameweka mwa Kenya.
Lakini pia ni wrong, amegezi na kaanguka.
Yeah. No, ni sawa, lakini you have to call 202-683-4570. Press *5 to speak. Now, before we lose this point, Alex, there's something called fan zones in the stadium. What exactly are those?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the fan zone is a fun experience. So there's a stage, there's performance. It's basically everything that happens when the games are not, when you're not watching the games, right? So at the festival area, which is right behind the stadium, right on your way to the entrance and the exit, you're going to have curated performances, part of which will be Kenyan. You're going to have a DJ. You're going to have food. You're going to have drinks. I mentioned Tasca earlier. You're going to have where people congregate. Usually how people, in between the Kenya games, people leave their seats because it's a long day. So people are going to sit back and just hang out. And what we want to do, what AAG wants to do, is make sure that those gaps in the period between the games you want to watch are valuable to you. So you can gather somewhere central, you can enjoy, you can eat, you can party and have fun.
Okay. And now the other question that also Mika had brought up from the beginning is for proximity to the stadium, because now there's a conflict of interest because there's a stadium and then there's the confused dundas, which are all over the place. And of course, we're going to be talking about DJs and event promoters. Are they killing the rugby vibe or building the brand for casual fans? So, and LA is also very confusing. It's very big and very confusing. Yeah. Is there like a central spot, a central location that you would recommend that is convenient for everything that people want to do? Ama something has to be sacrificed?
I think other than the stadium, something will have to be sacrificed. And that's the contention I have with the promoters, that they're all over the place. I can only speak to what's happening in the stadium. I've seen the flyers. I know there are 5-6 different events. I take offense to anything that happens while the games are happening.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you mentioned it. We've gotten in trouble for mentioning that, but I'm glad you mentioned. So endelea, wacha nisikukate.
Yes. People need to realize we're Kenyans and we're there for the team. And ultimately, you need to support the team. The team needs us. Konya mentioned it. We all know that the team needs our support at the stadium. So for any event to be during the day, during competition day, to me is just wrong and not in the good spirit of what we're there for. I feel that we should give our attention to the Kenya team, be there entirely for the tournament. What happens after that is fine. Where people choose to go, what they do, it's fine. The competition is fine. But during the game, we all need to focus and be there.
Yeah. Now with this after party, because this has always been a problem from back in the days in Vegas, whereby you're seeing an after party being advertised, and the time that's on the flyer, unaona ni kama sometimes 12 or 1. Na si AM ni PM. Like 2. And that's when things are people are in the thick of things at the game. So for people who like that Dunda experience, please talk about what's going to be available in the stadium, because the LA Stadium is very, very interesting from what I've seen over the years. So as far as people who love music, DJs, what are we going to have there at the stadium?
So I believe we have DJ Slim. He's going to be performing at the stadium. I don't know if people watch rugby, but if you watch the Australia leg, that really was very successful from a fan experience. So what we intend to do is have DJ Slim perform at certain points. Being on field too is actually a good thing. It's a blessing because we can actually take over the celebration. I'm trying to advocate for the right music to be played when the Kenya team plays. They always play reggae, which is not.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't identify with us. It's not really us. So we're trying to change that. So if your fans have any kinds of comments or suggestions for songs, we can certainly pass that forward.
Kenyanese.
Banjuka.
Kenyanese. Period. Sauti Sol. Abanton. Zote.
Anguka nayo.
Sio the.
Yeah. And
Calligraph Jones.
Ali, just you guys will be happy about this. So I'll looking at my messages real quick. One of our main partners at the stadium mentioned, which is Soko Retail. They mentioned that they're willing to give out 10 more tickets for you guys.
Wow, 10
but they
tickets.
cannot go to one person. So yeah.
Yes.
So just shout out to Soko Retail.
Okay.
Please support them. They're going to be at the stadium. They're going to be outside of the stadium, but it's on to you now. Now, how many do you have?
Now we have 10 plus 4 because one is already gone.
14. So we'll be giving them in duos.
So
his and hers.
So yes. So I think
as long as people call.
Yeah. So I think we can give them in duos. And I think
Brian.
So Brian tamongeza moja. So now we have we'll have how many left? We'll have 13 tickets left.
Yes.
So number to call 202
press *5 to speak.
4570.
If you want to say something, press *5 to speak.
Press *5 if you know someone who's coming to LA.
Hapa lakini nangoja.
Yeah.
Ameweka mikono juu.
So if you know someone who's coming to LA, please tag them and let them know that these tickets are being. You can only get this on the OneMicShow.
Yeah, where else are you going to get them except study?
These are the perks of being tuned in live. Let's pick up the caller. And before we pick up the call, I know a lot of comments have been coming in. Poleni Leoni Kama, there's been so much gems that were being dropped that were not able to read everything, but George Mukwasi, shout out nimekuona hapo kwa comments. I can see kina Sachit pia, thank you so much for what you gave out. Robert Bakayoko msanii, wewe ndio ulikuwa unaangusha leakage hapo. Inaonekana wewe ukuji ele. And then I can see Slayer messages tupatie Brian duo, okay? Brayo ashapokea duo yake. And then Washeke is tagging someone. I don't know whether she's someone who's gonna be in LA.
But Washeke is in Parias.
Yeah, so she can't make it.
So she can't go anywhere.
Yeah, she can't make it.
She can, whatever that place is.
Yeah.
0039. Thank you for calling the OneMicShow. 0039. Name and where you're calling from.
Hello. Jamboni.
Okay, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I know that voice.
My name is Mokwasi, calling from Nyakimincha.
Mokwasi from Nyakimincha.
Joji Wanyama ni aje? Oh, sorry, Joji.
Aya, Joji, talk to us. Sasa wewe inaonekana wewe ni mtu already jini ile.
Ni Joji ama ni Paul Munguti amepiga. Ni Joji ama Paul Munguti. Munguti the stay at home dad.
Hapana, usi Paul Munguti uni Joji. Wacha tumsikie Joji.
DJ Munguti. Jambo nyote.
Aya, Joji, talk to us.
Yeah. I'm here just to say, Jambo, thank you so much for what you all do. So, I'm here to get a ticket.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and what was the question? Remind us the question, Unomai.
The question was the name of the section that has been designated.
And you have a choice. You can either give us the number or the name.
Or the name of that section. Or the name it has been bandikwad.
Yes.
Yeah, and the name of the bandikwa.
It's Kenyan Corner, and we've been there. It's 135 to 137.
Okay.
Those are our sections. That's where we always sit on the first. That is on at the stadium, at the main stadium. But we are not going to be at the main stadium most of the time. So we're going to be at the bleachers in field 2. So,
Okay.
yeah. But it's 135 and 137. Alex, ndio hiyo.
We
Haya.
huyu
Huyu jamani
amepata
anakaa-
mpaka extra credit.
Yani mpaka ametoa
mpaka
nani,
amepata
social
extra
security
credit.
number.
Unajua lakini shida ni hii, alipata moja akafiti ingine.
Ni sawa. We
Alipata numbers, alifeli jina.
we'll work with him.
We'll work with him.
We'll work with him. No, nakubali, nasema nakubali. Hapo George.
Haya.
George
Mokwasi
jina
for
ndo
two.
revise.
Yeah. So weka hapo jina ya George Mokwasi and then
For two. Lakini George Suaga anatembeaga in once. Ushamuona akitembea na sorry.
well George, the other
Ingine atapatia Steve.
the other rumor nimesikia, saa ni rumor, saa we confirm. Nasikia kutakuwa na isikuti dancers huko. Rumor or true?
That's right. That is why I've called. We will be doing that. We want to bring that cultural experience out at the stadium.
Okay.
We've been working with the group that are organizing, Kina Alex, and it's something that we are working on right now. We have a few dancers. I just want us to have a good time. I want us to show them what we do when we're enjoying the time.
Yeah.
So the time that we'll be performing, or the time that we have slotted, is at 4 or 4:30 in the afternoon on Saturday for that Isikuti dancers. In the Isikuti music, we'll do it all that. It's gonna be a mix of everything that we will be doing at the stadium. So you guys come. I think one mic can come and just tingiza tumbo. Itakuwa sawa.
Okay, sawa.
Adondose kiuno.
Kiuno. Alafu tutakuwa na mzee na DJ Omosh Fire, yeye atakuwa ni mtu wa shoulders, you know. We'll have Mika play some Sikuti Mama. We'll have Ali Badawi play the Keringaringa. So we're good. We can let's come have a good time.
Profile does.
Okay.
And enjoy that day, because let's show them what we can do. What all I'm advocating and I've been advocating is for us to come out and support Kenya team.
Yes.
And above it all, let's just show our love. I've always lost my voices. For the 19 years we've been doing it, I've never lost hope. I believe we'll win one cup here in the US.
That would be amazing.
The only problem we have, the only problem we have is our fans. They want tutakuwa day 2. Inakuwaga shida. But I pray that this time we can all make it.
Okay.
They took us amigos in a shinda.
Sure.
Casamigos.
Sure.
Amigos wins the day.
Yes. So we will. Alex, I'm there. We'll see you guys. But the best thing we can do for Kenya is just to come out, support our boys. We have, you know, I'm not going to castigate anybody else who does anything else, but our main focus is the team.
Kabisa.
Come out to the stadium.
100%.
Okay.
After the stadium, we can go now Dunda wherever we want to decide to Dunda. If you want to Dunda in your Airbnb, if you want to Dunda in your hotel, if you want to go Dunda with the rest of the crew, that's okay. But let's come out, support. Sunday, we go out after the games. We can go now support wherever the team will be, enjoy, and mingle.
Now, Mokwasi, before you go, is there going to be an official place where people, fans can meet the team?
Right now, as it is, personally, I've been organizing with some people or the team. So I will chomea them chakula. I will feed them after the games at the venue, which will be only 2 miles away from the stadium. So immediately, you know, after they shower, after the games, they go shower, they'll come out there. Kula nyama choma. We are planning to give them some medals, to do something for the teams, just to appreciate them, and for the reason why they brought us to. The reason why we all go to LA. Last year, tell me who did a party in LA?
No one.
We were
Zero.
we were never there.
Yeah.
You know, you remember during Vegas when
Yes.
remember during Vegas and I remember that you were here on that call. You were the only group that actually accepted to come on the call when you called out people, and we were calling out people for having day parties during
the game
time.
Yeah.
And I remember,
Yeah,
I remember telling people that the only reason why Kenyans go to Vegas is because of rugby. Rugby is the main reason why people go. And when rugby left Vegas, nobody has ever held a party in Vegas.
Never.
Right? And last year, nobody held a party in
no.
LA because Kenya was not there. So when you're organizing a party, don't forget the reason why people congregate in that area where you're organizing a party. Do not disrespect the reason why people are there. So if you you can plan all the parties you want to plan, but please do not interfere with people watching the team playing.
I am one of the people. I am organizing the Sunday party, and the reason why I'm doing the Sunday party is because Sunday we have finished everything, and I want the guys to come enjoy the food, and after the food, then we can hang out and do whatever we do. My plan is at 5 o'clock, people can come and have dinner, enjoy, early dinner or whatever they want to do. They can do that. So the day party, I've fought with people about the day party for the longest time, and I still do that up to today because we are losing. But the good thing about it, Mika, and I'm sorry to say this, LA, the people who are really going there are people who are really serious with the game.
Yes, absolutely.
If I'm paying the almost $1,200 for a hotel room for 4 days or 3 days, then it means I'm going there just to enjoy the game, and then thereafter we can do the hula baloos after that. But it pains me that you will drive to LA and not even go to the games, but wewe ndo wa kwanza kukua kwa madunda. I don't know. But I pray that all those who are going there, even the ticket that I've won, I'll be giving it out to somebody that already called me. Ana tiketi. Kuna rafiki zangu wenye walikuwa ana tiketi. So you've blessed
me. Wapige simu washinde ticket. Niko na tiketi zingine ngapi? 10.
Tuko na I think ni 12 zimebaki.
12. Yeah.
No, 11.
Huh?
No, Georgia
tumetoa 4. We had 16. Tumetoa 4, so tuko na 12.
Okay, sawa.
Yeah, so I think tuko na 12. Yeah.
Okay.
Ali, your math is wrong.
So, my math is not mathing.
But
I think tuko na 10. Tuko na 10 left. Alex ata confirm. Yeah.
All I want us to do is let us push people to go to steady. Let us push people to come. Let us do what Mwindi wa Embu amesema. When you get there, the lines are too long. I don't know if some of us remember when we'll go there and we are only 2 or 3 people supporting cheering Kenya after zetu zimeisha day 1.
Sunday asubuhi.
Yeah, Sunday asubuhi. Worst
Sunday
time
asubuhi.
ever.
Like somebody mentioned that tulikoko tuna wenye tunajua tuja perform vizuri, tunaenda huko kwa games za asubuhi bana. So guys, if we can only sacrifice for the 2 days, that Saturday we do that kidogo, goals lala, amkia asubuhi, come to the stadium. The good thing is this time the games are starting a little later, from 10 o'clock. So there's no reason why we should not have at least 300, 400 people at the stadium at our first game. So let us just push the agenda. You guys continue pushing the agenda to end steady. Let's go make our boys. And remember, this time we have our women team.
And girls, boys and girls.
Mark it from me today. We will win. These women will win 2 or 3, legs.
Wow.
Watachapa watu.
Wow.
Hey, team iko fiti.
Yeah. So next season to plan. Yeah.
Yeah, next season let's plan to go to 2 or 3 of the legs. World Rugby is just trying, and I've been complaining about it, Alex. I hope you've been seeing me complain about it on my social media. World Rugby, whatever they're trying to do, is killing our game. There's no way you can reduce the teams to 8 or to whatever and think that you'll have you'll make any money. Because if I'm coming to support my team. I'm not coming to support any other team.
That's true.
Yeah. So whenever we go there, let's just try and get them. Let's try and push that petition, get it to the World Rugby. For those, maybe I don't know if Konya came in later. I don't know if Konya spoke about it. There's a petition going around. People need to sign that petition so that at least we should it's showed to the World Rugby, for the World Rugby to know that guys who have invested in the game, not only to be there for for just a day. Rugby sevens is a game, or it's a sport where it's fun and sport. So if you take out the fun, then there's nothing else you can do.
Okay.
Do you know what you can do? You can post the link for that petition up kwa comments hapo.
Yes.
And then we'll share it.
And then we'll share it. Yeah. Georgia, asante sana. Napa Fred Absalom anakuambia, anasema George Mukwasi ni sponsor, mpe 4 tickets. That is Fred Absalom.
Ukweli. Asante.
Aya, sawa. But asante sana Georgie.
Thank you, Georgie.
And we will see you tukifika huko study.
Hiyo nyama utume hapa, please.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Aiko mkuje.
Sawa.
We have another caller, but
number to call again is 202-683-4570. Press *5 to speak. I think we have 10 tickets left. We're giving 2 each. We're giving 2 each to the people who call and answer the right give the right answer to the question. What is the next question?
So the next question.
Yeah. What's the next question? Mika, let a question.
Moja. Tumuuliza Jeje amejibu. Next question. Who's the captain of the Kenyan ladies team?
Who is the captain of the Kenya's ladies team?
Or what about that question Benny asked?
What was Benny's question again? Benny's question was a bit complicated. Who played for the Kenya team from when she was in high school? We want simple questions. Let's be honest.
Benny's question.
Most people, Lioness has been playing with the national team since she was in high school. Okay.
But that's
that's a difficult question. That's a question even some diehard rugby fans may not even know.
We can have Alex ask a question.
Alex.
No, simple. One of the captain wa team ni nani? Hiyo ni rahisi.
Okay, captain wa team ni nani? Captain wa the women's team.
Hata Gemini na ChatGPT zitakwambia ukitaka kujua.
Okay, aya sawa. Okay, sawa. Let's pick up the next caller.
1960. Thank you for calling the One Mic Show. Name and where you're calling from.
Hello, this is Benny. How are you?
Hi, Benny.
Hey. Wait, it didn't sound like a camera.
This is the
way camera sound.
Hiya, Benny. For those who are hearing you for the first time, where are you calling us from?
Luther Vandross.
He's
trying to sound like Luther Vandross.
Nakuru.
Amesema ni duanu mai.
Maze?
Wololo.
Anyway.
Benny, karibu.
Now I'm calling from ATL.
Okay.
Yes,
Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Are you gonna be in LA?
I'm not calling for the tickets. I am also a consultant with AEG on the media side.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Talk to us, Benny.
Talk to us.
No, I just wanted to. I know the day parties are a big problem, but on the other hand, I looked at it from a different perspective. I don't like them, but I remember in Vegas, some of us would come with our significant others, or even somebody that does not like rugby, and they're only there for like the Saturday, and then Sunday they're like, I'm not going back to the stadium. LA has no things like in Vegas where they can go watch a show or something, so the day party covers them.
Benny
will
agree to disagree.
Let me counter you with something, Benny. In Vegas, I never missed any day party at Rumba. Right? Those are my friends. Those are my people. I was gonna support them regardless. Right? I never missed any day party because you know why? They were the only camp who started their day parties at 4. So people, and that's the reason why Rumba was always sold out. because people will come to the stadium. By the time wanafika hapo wanafeel ni kama wajamiss sana. Wale wenye wanaanza day party zao saa 8, by the time you go there imejaa, una feel like mtu una feel like naenda place imejaa, like hii unaanza nayo inaenda mpaka midnight nayo ilikuwa ina make sense. So I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
I know it's a very.
I totally get what you're saying.
What I would like
yeah,
to
I totally get what you're
having
saying.
a good time at the festival. At the festival would be great.
And that's true because the last year of Vegas, when Focus was DJing at the festival, we had a great time at the festival. The first year of LA, that was the best ever rugby experience. It was way better than Vegas because the festival was in the stadium. It was not far. People could move. And again, if you want a day party, the festival is the best day party you can ever go to.
It is the best day party for
It is
us,
the best day
we
party you can ever go to. If you want a day party, the best day party you can ever go to. But if you feel like you want to go to a day party that's outside and your friends are promoting it or whatever is happening, talk to those people and tell them, start your day party at 4 p.m. Even 2 hours zingine ama 5 p.m. Hautaua watu. Like, it's not wrong. Starting at 2 is just selfish.
Beni, kuna flyer nimeona, sijui kama ndio hiyo ya 2 ama sijui ni 12.
I think it was 12.
It was 12, yeah. I think there's a flyer that I saw that was 12. I mean, I think that's overreaching, and I think it's important we just verbalize this because and I understand where you're coming from, Benny. I understand where you're coming from, but for those who come with their families, there's also very family-friendly places at the stadium where you don't have to be sitting uko kwa bleachers ama kwa seats watching the game. There's so many other things that you can do in the stadium. I personally feel like the rugby, that's the main reason why people are there. A control experiment was already done, and that was in 2024 when the Kenya team wasn't there. There were no parties. When rugby left Vegas, there's never been a Kenyan party in Vegas since rugby left the city. So yeah. So Benny,
2019.
Yes, Tango 2019.
No, I agree with you. I agree. We need to just say, hey, look, if you want a day party, come do it on the stadium, because that's where the party will be and that's where it needs to be.
Yes.
And we can always get everything happening in the festival area, the Kenyan corner, the festival. They are building it and making it bigger every year. This year it might not look. It will be great. Next year will be even better, and then the next year after that it will be even better.
Okay.
Akina Alex, they are doing a great job huko wakifanya hiyo kazi ya marketing. Najua sisi watu wa media tunakuja kuwapiga tu picha na kupiga video na tunaenda vipi. Tunawaibisha kwa social media. That's our only job.
Yeah.
To make you look embarrassed.
Okay. Aya Beni, asante sana.
By the way, we need to schedule some time for him to come for Cape Fear.
Yes. Kabisa.
Ujipange.
Yes.
Benny.
Ujipange. Yes, I think we're going to have an episode.
Is he our transport director to Nini?
Is he there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll do everything. So tutapanga nawe Benny.